Hi guys, I go to bed quite early lately, and I've been hearing noises in my house at nighttime. I don't know how I got that. I can't remember how. So I've been hearing noises in my house at nighttime around 2 in the morning to like 4 a.m., and it's sort of freaky. It's like dragging feet walking up to my door, and there's no one there. It's almost like something is inside the house and there's no one there. And I'm going to do a ghost hunt in my house tonight. So tonight I'm going to do a paranormal investigation of my house because this happens around 2 to 4 in the morning. So I may get up at 2 in the morning and stay up for the ghost hunt. So I'm going to probably need coffee. In my house. Sort of like, I don't know, next time I hear it, I might record it or do EVP. I have apps that do EVP. White noise generator, EVP machine, ITC, I think it means intermittent transfer communication with spirits. It means that some ghost apps that say ITC can allow you to intermission transfer communication with the spirits, and it can scare you at first. I did see a trailer for a movie called I Am Zozo, because they made a movie about the entity of the Ouija board Zozo, and it looks very scary. I might go see it, I don't know. I just hope it comes out to the theaters because I really want to see it. It's about a girl who played with the Ouija board and was summoning spirits on it, and she came across this entity known as Zozo, who was a common entity on the Ouija board. People have come in contact with this entity called Zozo. Apparently, if you use a Ouija board and you come across this entity Zozo, you have to say goodbye and put the board away and take the planchette off the board and stop playing, because Zozo can make your life miserable. It's not a very friendly entity, as you'd maybe not want to come across this entity Zozo. Another name for Zozo, there's another entity on the Ouija board called Mama, who's the same entity as Zozo. So either of them are entities of the Ouija board. Now, think about it. You're playing with these paranormal games where you're summoning an entity that is unknown, which could be safe or dangerous. I have a feeling it's dangerous to summon an entity you don't know. You shouldn't be playing with a Ouija board if you don't know how to use it. And you always have to say goodbye. You always have to close the session after every use of the Ouija board. Take the planchette off the board. My advice to new users, don't ever buy an Ouija board for your kid. The reason is that it may come across the entity Zozo and not know what to do. Zozo is very frightening. I don't know what he looks like. There's a lot of YouTube videos on it. I've heard horror stories about contact with this entity known as Zozo. I have not come across him yet, and I don't intend to, because I always say goodbye and close the session. Now, I use this app called the Spirit Board app, and my God, this app is the most scariest app I've ever used, and it's called the Spirit Board app. So what I did is I got through to a ghost on the Spirit Board app who said her name was Daisy. So I started asking Daisy, whatever this entity likes to call herself, questions. And Daisy told me she died of cancer and told me to get out. And that's when I said goodbye, because I don't know if she meant it or she was angry when she said that. But to prevent her from getting more angry and agitated, I said goodbye. And then suddenly this entity, Daisy, that's her name, said I was downstairs. And I said, okay, goodbye. I said goodbye, and I don't know if I'm going to delete the app because it says very creepy things to me. One time I used the app, this was before I moved, started saying like, run while I still can. Sometimes it's told me to get out. And sometimes the ghosts on these Ouija board apps or spirit board apps have told me they were under my bed, upstairs, downstairs, even under my table. No way. Then I said goodbye, because I'm wondering, whoa. That is the only app I've used that responds right away to any question you have, and it will reply to your question as yes and no. Think about it like in a Ouija board. There's yes, no, and goodbye. But always write goodbye if you're going to build one. My dad built me a Ouija board. It has yes, no, goodbye, and it has the name Ouija on it, so I know it's an Ouija board. It has the same lettering as a Ouija board. It's definitely a Ouija board. I'm not going to show it right now, but I noticed this white figure floats on it if I film it, so I'm going to give it a little break right now. I don't know what it is. Now, a lot of Ouija boards have an entity on it named Zozo if you're not careful. So be careful using a Ouija board or any app that is associated with a Ouija board, because a lot of people who use the Ouija board have come across the entity Zozo and don't know what to do. And then innocently, they may not know they came across Zozo, but you could inadvertently come across Zozo using the Ouija board. And this is a common entity of the Ouija board. Many people have come in contact with them, either if it's through an app, text, or your phone. He will come in contact with you if you invite him, and you can't get rid of him once you invite him. So think about it. This entity is a very scary entity. There have been a lot of reports on it. So I do recommend to go see the movie I Am Zozo. I've never seen it. I watched the trailer. I'm wondering if it's a good movie. I don't know much about it. They say it's an independent horror film. Some of these independent horror films I've seen are quite gory. I just hope it's not too gross, because I have a problem with too gross. Like, I saw the movie Wrong Turn, Part 1, and I could not watch it. I'm like, this is disgusting. I couldn't watch Wrong Turn. It was so gross. Like, ew. Like, see, some of these movies have a lot of gore, and I did see the movie Wrong Turn Part 1, and I have to say it's very disgusting and gory. And then they made a Part 2, and then they made sequels to it. The Wrong Turn sequels to the movie. It's a very gory movie. I don't like it. I find it too disgusting. Like, I can handle a little bit, but when it gets beyond gory, I can't watch it. Like, ugh. I can't watch that, seriously. I'm going through a lot of stress right now, and it doesn't help me. I feel really sick when I watch that. Like, I feel like, literally, I'm disgusted that they would make something so horrible. Like, why do people want to watch it? Why do you want to watch that? You want to torture yourself, go ahead and watch that, but it's not for me. I did see the movie Hostel 1. Did I like it? No. It was too gory and I had to turn it off. I'm like, I couldn't watch this. Halfway through the movie, it was like very gory, and I'm like, I don't like this movie at all. So I turned it off. It was making me feel disgusted. Like, alright, this movie's too gross. So I turned it off. I get a little bit offended seeing stuff like that. I don't like the movie Hostel. I'll tell you why. It's too violent, too gross. Society's already suffering. We don't need that right now. No, there is violence on the planet. And I can tell you one thing. I will not ever, ever in my life watch that movie Hostel. And I do not recommend the movie Hostel, but if you like that kind of thing, go ahead and watch it. It's not up to me, but it's gory. But I do like the movie Chain. Good movie, good acting, okay. That will pass. I have to go.